The market is now pricing a Fed rate cut in July. A, do you think that's going to be delivered upon? And B, how do I tell the difference between an insurance rate cut and one that actually is signifying the end of the cycle?
Yeah. So again, another good one. So here's the right way, I think, of thinking about this. It's incredibly premature to say that the Fed is going to cut rates in July. Market pricing, obviously, right now is about 83%. The moment I just walked over here a moment ago from my desk. The WRP screen was showing about 83% pricing for a cut in July. I think it needs to be much more binary than that. Think about all of the ground that we have to cover between now and the July meeting. I mean, think about the data that we're going to get. We're going to get two retail sales reports between now and the July meeting. We're going to get another payroll report. We're going to get obviously the G20 meeting. I mean, there's so much ground to cover between now and that meeting. It's funny. People keep on saying, "Oh, how's the equity market going to respond if the Fed doesn't cut rates?" Well, do you know what's going to happen in the G20? I mean, what if a deal comes out of the G20? I mean, so people are trying to think about this in entirely too black and white terms. I think that there's so many things that we just don't know the answer to, and G20 I think is a great example of that. Because just to use that again, that idea as an example, if you do get some sort of really sort of nice result on China trade, China-U.S. trade relations, I would say that I don't think the market will necessarily look for a cut in July. And so if the Fed does cut in July, and in the context of some good stuff happening in the data, something relatively positive coming out of G20, then I would say that is an insurance cut. And actually I would say it would be sort of foolish for the Fed to go to cut rates in that context. But I think that directly to your question, I think that's the right way of thinking about whether or not the Fed has taken an insurance cut or whether they're genuinely worried about the backdrop.